At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
If you grill it, he will come.
Hey.
Is this heaven?
Nope. It's fairway.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
And a pleasant good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, home of the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. I am the Matt Boss. In just a moment, we'll have a 4A matchup, our first 4A matchup, and it'll feature top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier and number 8 seed Sergeant Bluff-Luton right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Over on court 2, it'll be the 2-7 matchup. That is a 4:25 start time or thereabouts. Number 2 seed Heelan from Sioux City will take on number 7 Carlisle. Before we talk about this one in particular, let's just give you a brief rundown of the scores. We've had Class 5A, our 4 semifinalists are set. Top seed Pleasant Valley, a straight set win over Waukee. That was this morning. And Dowling Catholic just beat Indianola in the 4-5 seed. Number 4 seed Dowling Catholic moving on. They will face Pleasant Valley on Wednesday at 10 a.m. On the bottom half of the bracket, top seed Ankeny Centennial, or number 2 seed Ankeny Centennial, a straight set win over Cedar Falls, and they will take on Waukee Northwest. Waukee Northwest just beat Ankeny in a 6-3 matchup. Waukee, a slight upset, 3-0, and Ankeny Centennial and Waukee Northwest will play in the second semifinal. Let's now focus on the 4A bracket, if you will. Cedar Rapids Xavier, 28-4. Sergeant Bluff-Luton, 21-13. This is the 1-8 matchup. The 2-7 we talked about. And the winner of this one will take on the 4-5. Clear Creek Amana over against Pella. And the other bracket, North Scott against Glenwood. Specifically, let's take a look at some of the key players and how these teams got here in this one. Our top seed, Cedar Rapids Xavier. They were the Region 1 champion, defeated Charles City in the regional final. A straight set win there. And they are led by Josie Smith, one of the top setters in Class 4A. In fact, she led Class 4A, second in the whole state, 10.7 assists per set. And they have an outstanding hitter, Libby Fandel, 4.7 kills per set, first in all of Class 4A. and one of the top 10 hitters in the state. So it's that combination, Josie Smith to Libby Fandel. Expect to hear that. Taking a look at Sergeant Bluff-Luton, the number 8 seed, 21-13. They are the Region 5 champion. They upset Lewis Central in the regional final in 4 sets. Lewis Central ranked 6th. They were probably favored to get to this point. Sergeant Bluff-Luton said, no, we're going to do it, and they are here. Bailey Ball, one of their a sophomore setter, averaging 7.5 assists per set, 12th best in Class 4A. And they're led by returning starter Bree Vandentop, a very talented middle hitter for the Warriors, 3.4 kills per set, tied for 13th in all of Class 4A. In terms of your tournament history, Sergeant Bluff-Luton, a 9-time state tournament qualifier. Their first time since 2021. They previously won a state championship back in 2019. They won the state title. For Cedar Rapids Xavier, their 13th trip to the state tournament and 9th consecutive. They've won 2 state titles, winning it in 2020 and 2022. Last year, they were upset by Lewis Central in the quarterfinal, but they return a lot of players, 7 starters from that squad. We are going to take a break, and we will come back. We'll have our team introductions and starting lineups for this tournament matchup. You're watching the Girls State Volleyball, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, a 5th-generation farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, executive director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We're excited to have you join us for the Girls State Volleyball Tournament.
As title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we're proud to support this fantastic event. At the Iowa Farm Bureau, we believe that strong farms and strong schools go hand in hand. Iowa farmers are some of the most productive individuals in our state, working endlessly to grow and raise nutritious food and sustain our communities. Student athletes are also incredibly productive, dedicating countless hours to train and excel in their sports. Partnering with the Girls Union allows us to celebrate both groups while supporting and empowering the Iowa girl.
Reaching the state tournament is no small feat, and it takes a strong support system. Thanks to the Iowa Farm Bureau, we're able to honor students for their outstanding achievements, both on the court and in the classroom. They are committed to your success, helping provide awards, grants, and scholarships to honor excellence in athletics and academics.
As Iowans, we have much to be proud of. Whether you're a student competing today or a fan cheering on your school, we all play a role in making our state shine. So from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations on a fantastic season and best of luck in the tournament games.
And welcome back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, home of the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Our first 4A quarterfinal matchup, top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier, 28-4, taking on number 8 seed Sergeant Bluff-Luton with a 21-13 record. Your two head coaches, Amy Weiland in her second season with the Xavier Saints, and led them to the state tournament last year, losing to Lewis Central in the quarterfinal. For Sergeant Bluff-Luton, Renee Winkle in her 10th season. She has guided the Warriors to 7 state tournaments, including the 2019 state championships. In terms of conferences, Cedar Rapids Xavier from the Mississippi Valley Conference, the Mississippi side of the conference, 7 teams, and they are the only one on that half of that conference to qualify. Iowa City Liberty was the second place finisher but did not qualify. You look to the Valley side of things, both Cedar Falls and Dubuque Wahlert qualified overall. For Sergeant Bluff-Luton, they're part of the Missouri River Conference. They joined Sioux City Heelan from that conference in the overall tournament field. Heelan is actually playing over on court 2. Both of these teams played a loaded schedule. Cedar Rapids Xavier 9-2 against ranked teams, 4-2 from teams from the tournament. Sergeant Bluff-Luton 7-12 against ranked teams, 1-8 against tournament teams. And we're moments away from the starts of the match. Let's go down to the public address announcer for the introduction of the teams and the lineups.
Good afternoon and welcome to Extreme Arena, the home of the 2024 Girls State Volleyball Tournament.
Good afternoon, volleyball fans, and welcome to today's 2024 Girls State Volleyball 4A quarterfinal matchup featuring Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors and the Saints.
In accordance with Iowa law, we remind you that Extreme Arena
Fans at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship and decorum showed by the qualifying schools during the season and state tournament week. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Tegan Dungy from New Hampton, a member of the IGHSAU Student Athlete Advisory Committee, will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school's scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Sergeant Bluff-Luton, Connie Nelson. And from Xavier, Nancy Oberding. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments, or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We thank you for your cooperation and invite you to just enjoy the game. Fans, it's now time to introduce our players in today's 4A quarterfinal matchup. Let's first of all meet the team from Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Here are the Warriors. Your non-starters. Number 1, McKenna Nelson. Number 2, Peyton Brester. Number 8, Stella Britton. Number 10, Delaney Graba. And number 12, Kenley Panowitz. Your assistant coaches, Noel Herbst, Dan Winkle, Courtney Steckel, and Sarah Kolfak. Now here's your starters for the Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors. 5'8" sophomore, number 3, Madison Kavidra. A 5'6" sophomore, number 5, Bailey Ball. 5'10" junior, number 6, Bree Vendentop. A 5'9" senior, number 7, Jaden Kneifel. A 5'3" senior, number 11, Allison Meister.
For more information
And
on
a
how
5'8"
PEI can
junior
support
number
you,
14,
find us on
Izzy
the web
Scott.
at PEIowa.com.
Your libero is a 5'5" sophomore, number 9,
Get ready to
Caitlin
cheer loud
Hardy.
and shine bright this season with
Head
Kendra
coach
Scott.
for the Warriors,
Kendra Scott
Renee
has teamed up with
Winkle.
the IGHSAU to bring a Kendra Scott
Alice
pop-up
beat
shop
the team
to
from
the
Xavier.
2024 volleyball championship.
Here are the Saints.
Make sure you stop by their booth.
Your non-starters,
and shop
number
for the
2,
latest
Jonna
styles,
Cooper.
including their iconic
Number 4,
volleyball
Maddie
players.
Ireland. Number 5, Ava Van Berkom. Number 6, Megan Steger. Number 10, Izzy McDonald. Number 15, Madden Wilson. Number 16, Amelia Miller. And number 18, Kiki Harbeck. Your assistant coaches, Nancy Oberding, Sam Nielsen-Griggs, and Mary Beth Coons-Keels. Now, here's your starters for the Xavier Saints. A 5'4" junior number 1, Josie Smith. 5'6" senior number 3, Libby Fandel. 6'2" junior number 8, Macy Lupkis. A 5'9" senior number 9, Taylor Rexroth. A 5'11" senior number 13, Carly Yonker. 5'6" senior number 17, Caitlin Rollinger. And your libero is a 5'5" senior number 11, Carissa Timmerman. Head coach for the Saints, Amy Weiland. And now let's meet your officials for this match as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Your first referee, Jim Doyle. Second referee, Gene Statlander. Line judges, Bob Fessler and Kent Kasur. All right, who's ready for state tournament volleyball?
And welcome back to the Extreme Arena. We are on court 1, site of this Class 4A quarterfinal between top seed Xavier, the Saints 28-4 on the season, taking on number 8 seed Sergeant Bluff-Luton. The Saints will run a 5-1 with Josie Smith. She is a junior setter. The two middles, it'll be Macy Lupkis and Taylor Rexroth. On the outside, Libby Fendel is one of the talented outside hitters, joined by Carly Yonker. On the right side, Ava Van Berkom. The libero is Carissa Timmerman. You also hear Caitlin Rollinger's name. She'll play the back row. For Sergeant Bluff-Luton, they also will run a 5-1. And Bailey Ball will be the setter for the Warriors. The two middles, Madison Kavidra and Bree Vandentop. Vandentop, the top hitter for the Warriors. On the outside, Delaney Grable and Izzy Scott. The right side hitter is Kenley Panowitz, and the libero is Caitlin Hardy. You will also hear McKenna Nelson's name. The winner will advance to the semifinals and will play on Wednesday at noon against either number 4 seed Clear Creek Amana or number 5 seed Pella. Sioux City Heelan, the number 2 seed, and Carlisle, the 7 seed, will get started over on court 2 in about 10 or 15 minutes. And then the other game or match will be North Scott against Glenwood, and that completes the Class 4A bracket. Class 5A, we're down to our 4 semifinalist teams, as Pleasant Valley, the top seed, will take on number 4 Dowling Catholic. Ankeny Centennial, the 2 seed, will play Waukee Northwest, a 6 seed, as they just upset Ankeny. That is the semifinal for the 5A semis. And here we go. It'll be top seed Xavier serving first. And serve taken in the back row by Hardy, and the Warriors will set up on the left side. Dug up by the Saints, who will send it over on the second ball. Attacking out of the middle is Kavidra for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Set up on the left side, and it's blocked. And Sergeant Bluff-Luton, a block by Kneifel, along with Panowitz. And Sergeant Bluff-Luton has a 1-0 lead. Serving will be the libero, Caitlin Hardy, a sophomore. Hardy, this season, 5th in all of Class 4A with 56 ace serves, and that one goes out of bounds a little bit wide, and we're tied at 1. Serving will be the libero for Xavier, Carissa Timmerman. She is a senior, 32 aces on the season. She serves it over to the near side, dug up by Hardy. Set goes outside, off the net to Vandentop, the Warriors' top hitter. And digging it up is the Saints. They will attack out of the middle, but a Into the net it goes, and a point for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. 2-1 is the score. And the Warriors will serve. Coming in to serve, this will be McKenna Nelson, a junior. Nelson with 35 aces on the season. And Nelson serves it deep, played by the Saints. They'll send it outside. Big swing on the outside by Fendel, and it goes out of bounds, no touch. And it's 3-1 in favor of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. These teams, they met once before in the actually in the state semifinals. And that was the year that Sergeant Bluff-Luton went on to win it. And 2017, and there is another point for the Warriors. 4-1 is the score in favor of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. It was a 5-set win by Sergeant Bluff-Luton back in 2017 for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Continuing to serve will be Nelson. That was an attack error by Fendel on a block by the setter Ball. Set to the middle, hit over by Rex Roth, and that goes out of bounds. Point, Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Out to a 5-1 lead are the Warriors. 5-1 is the score. Sergeant Bluff-Luton out to the quick early lead, and a near ace. Chasing it down will be the Saints. Warriors will have it in system. They'll go to Vandentop, and she puts it down. Cut it around the block, and Vandentop puts the Warriors in front 6-1. And we will have a timeout called by Xavier. So a timeout called by Xavier, and I believe we keep it here. After the second timeout, we will take a break. So we'll keep it here. Sergeant Bluff-Luton out to a 6-1 lead, scoring us 5 straight points. Out to a 6-1 lead over top seed Xavier. And Xavier head coach Amy Weiland in her second year calls her first timeout. Both teams allotted 2 timeouts per set. Even if this would go 5 sets, both teams would still get 2 timeouts. Cedar Rapids Xavier, they were upset by Lewis Central in a 5-setter in the state quarterfinals last season. Sergeant Bluff-Luton did not qualify for the state tournament. But both of these teams very used to being here. And a good serve, and there's another ace. An ace serve. Aces in today's match brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. And the run continues. 7-1, Sergeant Bluff-Luton out to the lead. Nelson serves it to the back corner. Here's a bump set out to Fendel. Blocked back by the Warriors. Vandentop and Ball combined for the point and the block. 8-1. Sergeant Bluff-Luton with the lead. What a start here by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. 7 straight scored by Nelson in the service box. Serves it up. Bump set by Smith. Fandel off of the net. Sends it across. Hit over by Ball. Joust at the net. Poked over by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Here comes Xavier. Xavier on the tip. That's out of bounds. And there was no touch by Sergeant Bluff-Luton, and another point for the Warriors. 9-1 in favor of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Back to serve will be McKenna Nelson. Nelson will try to continue the run. Set by Smith. They'll go to the slide, and it's blocked by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Went to Taylor Rexroth, and another point for the Warriors. It is now 10-1. Blocked by Grable and Vandentop. 10-1, all Sergeant Bluff-Luton in this first set. And the set goes to the middle. Tipped over by Rexroth. Sergeant Bluff-Luton digs it up. Vandentop puts it around the block and the kill. 11-1, Warriors with the lead. Looking to see if Coach Amy Whelan wants to use her second and final timeout. She's going to let it play out. McKenna Nelson to serve. She's mixed up her serves. This one goes short. The overpass. Vandentop is there to put it away. Bree Vandentop, who has been a spark during this run by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Couple of kills for Vandentop, couple of blocks. She's already got 3 of each. And it is 12-1, Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Serve taken. And they will go back row. Xavier goes to the back row, and hitting it over is Yonker. Carly Yonker ends the run by the Warriors. Side out, 12-2, Sergeant Bluff-Luton with the serve. Back to serve will be the setter, Josie Smith. Then Burkham comes in. She'll play the right side for Xavier. Warriors have it in system. They'll send it outside. And putting it down is Vandentop again. Side out Warriors. It is 13-2. Vandentop already with 4 kills, mind you. And back to serve will be Jaden Kneifel. Kneifel, a senior. And she has 15 aces on the season. Xavier digs it up. They'll go back row to Yonker. Sergeant Bluff-Luton will send it over. Tipped out of bounds. Last touched by the Saints. And a point for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. 14-2 is your score here in set number 1. Many of the experts I talked pre-match didn't expect this. And it's 14-2. And that is a missed serve by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. And it's 14-3 in favor of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Warriors missed the serve. And serving will be Libby Fandel. Fandel averaging 4.7 kills per set. She has 60 aces, third best in all of Class 4A. And Xavier gets it back. They'll attack on the right side, and Ava Van Burkham puts it down. That is the first point on serve scored by Xavier, who still trail 14-4. Just feel like they got to find some rhythm. Here's Fandel's serve. Big jump serve, and that is an ace. Ace serve by Fandel. Today's match brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. It's our second ace of the match. It's 14-5 in favor of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Fandel back to serve. She'll go to the corner, another near ace. Dug up and hit over by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. That was Panowitz. Attack out of the middle. Down it goes. Taylor Rexroth with the kill. 14-6. 4 straight scored by Xavier and the Saints. Still got some work to do, but a good run nonetheless. 4 in a row. Fandel to serve. And volleyball goes awry, and Fandel will have to regroup the pre-serve movements, and she will let this go. Big serve and ace. Second ace during this run. That's another Channel Seeds ace serve. Second by Fandel in this run. And it's 14-7 in favor of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Warriors need a side out. Still have a 7-point lead, but volleyball such a game of momentum. Set goes to the right side, and it's Vandentop putting it away. Already Vandentop with 5 kills and 7 swings. She's the only Warriors player with a kill. Vandentop now will go back to serve. Vandentop. Kavidra will play the middle for Sergeant Bluff-Luton now. Outside, big swing by Yonker. Blocked back by the Warriors. Now they get control of it. Right side attack, Panowitz. Blocked back by the Saints. And it'll be bumped over by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Here come the Saints. Saints on the attack. That is Yonker, puts it away. Carly Yonker with the side out and the kill. 15-8 in favor of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. You kind of feel like Xavier's now found their footing. They found some rhythm. Into serve will be Izzy McDonald, a freshman. McDonald on the season with 11 aces. And her serve. Good get by Sergeant Bluff-Luton's back row. Attack on the left side, hit over by Kavidra, sent back over by the Saints. Warriors have it in system. Kavidra finds an opening in the back corner. Kavidra with the kill. 16-8 in favor of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Back to serve will be the setter, Bailey Ball. Ball, a sophomore, returning starter. Didn't set last year. 16 aces, averaging 7.5 assists per set. Saints go to the left side, and a roll shot. It's put away by Carly Yonker. Yonker with the kill. Now we're trading points, 16-9 in favor of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Serving will be Caitlin Rollinger. Rollinger, she's got 6 aces on the season. Set goes to the right side for the Warriors. It goes into the paint, into the net by Panowitz. And a point on serve for Xavier. 16-10 is the score. 16-10. Rollinger back to serve. Starting to come back, the Saints. Set goes outside. Dug up in the back row by Rollinger. Bringing it to the front is Timmerman. Bumped over by Yonker. Here come the Warriors. They'll set it up out of the middle. Getting it a touch are the Saints. Saints get control, and it's batted down at the net. Good play by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. That was Izzy Scott who puts it away. Izzy Scott and Kavidra will get credit for that block. 17-10 is the score. Sergeant Bluff-Luton with the lead and serve. Set goes outside, and an errant set by Josie Smith. Another point for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. 18-10 is the score. Allison Meister serving. She'll play all 3 spots and an ace for Meister. And that's another Channel Seeds ace serve for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. They now have 3 aces, 2 for Xavier. Meister will try to do it again. Her team leading 19-10, and she does. Believe it or not, that's another Channel Seeds ace serve, and it pushes the lead to 20-10. Timeout called by Xavier, and we will take our first break of this first set. Sergeant Bluff-Luton with a 20-10 lead. More state tournament volleyball when we return.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Timeout called by Cedar Rapids Xavier. The Saints using their final timeout and trailing in this first set. Number 8 seed Sergeant Bluff-Luton with a 20-10 lead. You are watching state tournament volleyball at the Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa. Sergeant Bluff-Luton, a couple of ace serves during this run by Allison Meister, and she will continue to serve, and that one goes long and out of bounds. 20-11. Sergeant Bluff-Luton raced out to a 12-1 lead. Xavier fought back. They got as close as 16-10, but then 4 straight scored by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Set goes to the Warriors on the right side, and it goes out of bounds by Kavidra. And a point for Xavier. 20-12. Serving will be Yonker. Carly Yonker back to serve. Final server in the rotation, and an errant pass in the back row. Sergeant Bluff-Luton with an attack error. 20-13 is the score. Sergeant Bluff-Luton coach Renee Winkle has 2 timeouts if she wants to use them. Xavier out of timeout. Serve goes to the back, and there's an ace. Another ace serve, this time for Xavier. And an ace serve. It's a Channel Seeds ace serve. We've had quite a few in this first set. Here's a serve by Yonker. 20-14 is the score. Xavier making a run. Left side attack. Down it goes. Panowitz puts it away. Panowitz with the kill. And it's 21-14 in favor of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. 1 rotation in the books. Caitlin Hardy started the match serving for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. She will serve here. Serve taken by the Saints. Right side attack, and 2 hits is going to be the call against Josie Smith. 22-14 in favor of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. 3 points away, Sergeant Bluff-Luton from taking this first set against top seed Xavier. Top of the tape, a near ace. Good get by Timmerman to keep the point going. Warriors will have it in system. It's Vandentop, and it goes into the net. Saints got a break. An in-system ball for the Warriors. They can't capitalize. 22-15 in favor of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Serving will be Timmerman. Got Carissa Timmerman, the senior libero, 5'5" senior. She'll serve it over to the near side. Taken by Meister out of the back row. Right side attack. Down it goes. Izzy Skop with the kill. And it's 23-15 in favor of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Warriors ever so close to taking this first set. McKenna Nelson back to serve. She's the one that served 11 straight points for the Warriors. Saints handle the serve. They'll go outside to Fandel, and she'll put it away. Libby Fandel with her first kill of the match. She's had 8 swings. Sergeant Bluff-Luton focusing their block over on Fandel, and why wouldn't you? Warriors in serve receive. Set goes outside to Vandentop, puts it away. Set point coming up for Sergeant Bluff-Luton, leading 24-16. Vandentop has had a huge first set, 6 kills and 9 swings. Also has been in on 3 blocks. It'll be Jaden Kneifel, senior, serving for the first set, up 24-16. Kneifel to the back row, taken by Yonker and tipped across by the Saints. Sergeant Bluff-Luton digs it up, joust at the net, pushed over by Vandentop. Saints dig it up, they'll go to the right side and down it goes. That was Ava Van Berkom on the right side, her second kill. Side out, point Saints, 24-17. Fandel serving, set point number 2 for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Fandel, top spin serve, handled in the back row, dumped over by Ball. Outside attack, down it goes. Big swing by Yonker, and she puts it away. Yonker with the kill, her 4th. Set point number 3, 24-18 is the score. Xavier with a couple of points. Still no timeout by Coach Renee Winkle. She has 2 to use if she needs it. Fandel misses the serve, and Sergeant Bluff-Luton wins the first set, 25-18. A 25-18 win over top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier and the Saints. We'll take a break, and we'll talk about this first set when we return to the Extreme Arena, site of the Iowa Girls High School State Volleyball Tournament.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Slade's the place for you!
And welcome back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, home of the Girls State Volleyball Tournament, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Class 4A quarterfinal contest, number 8 seed Sergeant Bluff-Luton, a 25-18 win over top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier in set number 1, 25-18. We'll go to a second set, and some of the key stats, the SUCUP stats for you. Sergeant Bluff-Luton hit 24%. More importantly, held Xavier to a negative kill efficiency. Xavier with 11 hitting errors in that first set compared to just 8 kills. Sergeant Bluff-Luton 9 kills, just 3 errors. Ace serves, and there were plenty by both teams. Both teams had 3 blocking numbers. Xavier did not have a block, and Sergeant Bluff-Luton with 11 blocks, which is an incredible number. Vanentop leads Sergeant Bluff-Luton with 6 kills, 8 assists for Ball. And it's Carly Yonker who leads Xavier with 4 kills, 8 assists for Josie Smith. And we will head into set number 2. And it'll be Sergeant Bluff-Luton serving first in set 2, and immediately we have an error on Xavier. And the first point of set 2 scored by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Sergeant Bluff-Luton with a 1-0 lead. And the Warriors get the return of serve. Ball sets it up on the left-hand side. Set off the net. Hit over by Panowitz, and hitting it inbounds for the Saints. A kill by Lupkus, Macy Lupkus, and we are tied at 1. Tied at 1 in this second set. And serving for the Saints, this will be number 13, Yonker. Warriors set it up on the left side. Dug up by Rollinger. Set goes outside to Fandel. Into the net goes. Point Sergeant Bluff-Luton. It's 2-1 Warriors. 2-1 Warriors with the lead. Back to serve will be the libero. It'll be Caitlin Hardy. Hardy back to serve. And Hardy from the left side goes to the back middle. Set goes to the middle. And it was blocked back by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Fandel on the left side, kept alive by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Set goes to the outside to Panowitz, returned by the Saints, and now a block by the Saints. Fandel and Macy Lupkus there for the block, and we're tied at 2. We are tied at 2, set number 2, in this Class 4A semifinal. And the serve from the Saints. Sergeant Bluff-Luton digs it up. Set goes to Vanentop on the left side. Dug up, kept alive by the Saints, who will return it. Set goes outside. Panowitz blocked. And a point. Lucas puts it away. And I believe that is the first lead of the game for your top seed Xavier Saints. And it is. They're up 3-2 in set 2. Serving will be Timmerman. Timmerman with the ace serve. Set goes outside by Ball, and into the net it goes. Another point for the Saints. Saints with their best run out to a 4-2 lead to start set 2. Timmerman will continue to serve. Timmerman back to serve. Serve goes to the back row, dug up by Hardy. Right side attack, and down it goes. Izzy Scap with the kill on the right side. And here's a substitution. Today's games are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Serving will be McKenna Nelson. Nelson with the serve. Saints dig it up. They'll set it up out of the back row. Yonker out of the back row. Dug up and hit down by Vanentop. Bree Vanentop with another kill. We're tied at 4 in set 2. Vanentop with her 6th kill. Here's the serve by Nelson. Deep serve handled by Yonker. Bump set outside to Fandel. Kept alive by the Warriors. Set up to Vanentop out of the middle. Puts it away. Vanentop with another kill, and Sergeant Bluff-Luton with 3 straight. They lead 5-4. Nelson will continue the run. She went on that big service run in the first set. Nelson down the line. Set by Smith. Goes to the middle, and putting it away is Rexroth. Taylor Rexroth with the kill, and we're tied at 5. Back to serve. This will be the setter, Josie Smith. Smith to serve, taken by the Warriors. They'll send it outside. Vanentop goes down the line. It's run down by Timmerman. Sent over by the Saints. Hit over by Ball on the second ball. Now punched over by Rexroth, and she delivers. Rexroth with a broken play, makes the play. Rexroth with the kill. It's 6-5 in favor of Xavier Saints. Cedar Rapids Xavier with the 1-point lead and serve. It'll be the setter, Smith. Goes down line, taken by Meister. Right side attack for Sergeant Bluff-Luton, and it's Grable with the kill. Delaney Grable with the kill. We're tied at 6 in set 2. Back to serve will be Kneifel. Last time she served set point, I believe, for Sergeant Bluff-Luton, and there is an ace. Ace served by Sergeant Bluff-Luton, and aces in today's match are brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. Overall for Sergeant Bluff-Luton, their 4th ace, and the Warriors back in front 7-6. Top of the tape, played by Yonker, outside to Fandel. Warriors will send a free ball across. See what the Saints will do. They'll send it to the right side to Van Berkom, out of bounds. Asking for a touch. Nope. Point Sergeant Bluff-Luton. 8-6. Warriors with the advantage. Serving will be Kneifel. Kneifel with serve. Taken it back by Yonker. Fandel on the left side puts it away. Big swing by Fandel, but it was outside the antenna. She hit it hard, but it was outside. Linesman called it and called it correctly. 9-6 in favor of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Here's the serve by Kneifel. Goes cross court. It'll be sent over by Fandel. Kneifel with the dig. Ball sends it outside. Swing by Panowitz. Kept alive by the Saints. They'll punch it across. No, a lift called against Xavier. 10-6, Sergeant Bluff-Luton. They have scored 5 in a row. And they lead. They have their largest lead of the second set. 10-6 is the score. Kneifel serving. Here come the Saints. That is Fandel, and she tools it off the block. Libby Fandel with the kill. Ends the Sergeant Bluff-Luton run. Makes the score 10-7. Fandel back to serve. Carly Yonker will swing on the left side pin. Joined up front by Van Berkom. She'll be on the right side. Rexroth will be in the middle. Serve taken by the Warriors. Back set. Big swing coming, and down it goes. That was Bree Vanentop. 8 kills for Vanentop. And a side out for Sergeant Bluff-Luton, leading 11-7. Vanentop rotates to the back row. That'll mean Cavidro will be the middle hitter for the Warriors. Smith, the Cedar Rapids Xavier setter, has options. Goes to the left-hand side. Vanentop will send it across. Smith with options. Goes to the middle. Tipped down. Good attack that time by Rexroth. Rexroth with the kill. Her 4th. Side out, Cedar Rapids Xavier. 11-8 is the score. Back to serve will be McDonald. Izzy McDonald to serve. Her team trailing by 3 in set 2. Sergeant Bluff-Luton won the first set 25-18. Serve taken by back middle. Ball sends it over on the second contact. Here's Yonker, and it is blocked by the Warriors outside the antenna anyway. And a point for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. It will be 12-8, Warriors with the lead. And the setter, Bailey Ball, to serve. Tough serve handled by Fandel. On the right side, Van Berkom. Kept alive by Hardy. Sent over by the Warriors. Long run for Timmerman. Free ball coming across. See what the Warriors do. Ball goes to the middle. Blocked back by the Saints. Warriors regroup. Left side attack. Over the block that time. Fandel with the dig. And another free ball. See if the Warriors can capitalize. They will be out of system. Cedar had to take the first ball. Punched over by the right side, Panowitz. Left side attack. Over by Yonker. Dug up by the Warriors. Longest rally of the set. Here's another swing by Yonker, and she puts it away. Carly Yonker delivers a kill. Yonker for Cedar Rapids Xavier with 5 kills. She's hitting over 500. And it's 12-9 in favor of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Serving will be Caitlin Rollinger. Rollinger to serve. Handled in the back row by Kneifel. Middle attack, hit over by Kavidra. Now an attack by the Saints. Blocked back by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Hit over by Yonker. Warriors with it. They'll go left side, down the line. Overpass. Here comes Sergeant Bluff-Luton. They get it back. Right side, and punching it through was Kenley Panowitz. 13-9 in favor of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. They get the side out. Sergeant Bluff-Luton hitting 17%. Xavier has evened their hitting percentage to 0. 14 kills, 14 errors. Serving are the Warriors. Set goes outside to Yonker. Dug up by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Right side. Hit over by Kneifel. And a free ball coming across. See if the Warriors can take advantage. Ball's got a bump set it. Left side attack over the block. Dug up by Xavier. They'll send another free ball, send it short. Ball underneath it. Has options. Left side. Tooling it off the block for the kill is Izzy Scott. Scott with the kill. 14-9 in favor of the Warriors. Both head coaches off the bench encouraging their squads. Coach Amy Wieland in her 2nd season and Renee Winkle in her 10th season with Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Serve right into the middle of the back row. Timmerman handles it in a block. Blocked by Kavidra for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Another point for the Warriors, and they lead by the score of 15-9. 15-9. Sergeant Bluff-Luton with the lead in set 2, leading the match 1-0. More from the Extreme Arena when we return.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
And welcome back to the Extreme Arena, Coralville, Iowa, home of the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Class 4A quarterfinal, the first quarterfinal match of the day in Class 4A. Right now, number 8 seed Sergeant Bluff-Luton leading top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier 1-0. And the Warriors leading Xavier 15-9 in set 2, forcing the Saints into their first timeout. Sergeant Bluff-Luton will serve. This will be Meister serving out of the timeout. Set goes to Yonker. Warriors dig it up. Set outside, hit over by Skop, and down it goes. Izzy Skop with the kill. 16-9, and as this match progresses, at least right now, confidence is building in Sergeant Bluff-Luton. They are playing free. They are playing confident. Set goes to the outside. Fandel out of the back row. Dug up by Meister. Set to the outside, Panowitz. Dug up by the Saints. They'll attack out of the middle, and the Warriors unable to dig it up. Successful attack by the Saints. A side out. 16-10 is the score. That was Macy Lupkas. Lupkas with the kill. And serving is Yonker. Over to the near side. Meister digs it up. Set to the left side. Hit over by Skop. Sergeant Bluff-Luton gets it back. Skop again, left side attack. Kept alive by Timmerman. Set goes outside to Fandel, and she tools it off the block. Libby Fandel with the kill. 16-11. Sergeant Bluff-Luton by 5 in set 2. Yonker back to serve. Yonker back to serve. Taken in the back row by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. That's Scott, sends it across. Hit over by the Saints, returned by the Warriors. Warriors on the attack, and it's Kneifel with the kill. Jaden Kneifel with the successful attack on the right side. 17-11. Kneifel, her first attack kill in 3 swings. And serving will be Caitlin Hardy. Hardy serves it to the near side, handled by Yonker. Fandel on the left side pin. Dug up by Meister. Set goes to the right side, into the net it goes. Point Xavier. Xavier with the point, 17-12 in set 2. Class 4A state quarterfinal. The winner will advance to Wednesday's semifinal. Serving will be Timmerman for Cedar Rapids Xavier. Set by Ball to the right side. Down it goes. Izzy Scott with another kill. 18-12. Warriors trading blows right now with Xavier, and that is fine for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. It is the Saints who need to go on a run. Sergeant Bluff-Luton content to play side-out volleyball if they have to. Nelson to serve. Set goes outside to Fandel. And that hit goes out of bounds. No touch. And another point for the Warriors. 19-12 is the score. Nelson back to serve for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Warriors won the first set 25-18. They lead 19-12 here. Back row attack to Yonker. Kept alive by Hardy. Set to the middle. Hit over by Vanentop. Dug up by the Saints. Roll shot by Fandel. Sergeant Bluff-Luton sends across. Set by Smith to the middle. And down it goes. The kill by Rexroth. Taylor Rexroth with the kill. 19-13. Sergeant Bluff-Luton by 6. And the setter, Josie Smith, back to serve for the Saints. Saints will get the extra attacker. You got Fandel on the left side. You got the left-hander, Ava Van Persum, hitting on the right. And a near ace. Free ball hit over by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Here's Van Berkham, and it'll be 4 hits. Saints unable to capitalize on the free ball. Sent over by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. 20-13 in favor of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Back to serve will be Kneifel. 20-13, Sergeant Bluff-Luton with the lead in set 2, leading the match 1-0 over top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier. Fandel on the left side, and she puts that one down. Fandel with her 4th kill in 23 swings. 20-14 in favor of the Warriors. Libby Fandel will go back to serve. Fandel back to serve. She is the all-time leader in kills at Cedar Rapids Xavier. Hit over by Yonker. Nope, into the antenna. Point, Sergeant Bluff-Luton. 21-14, Warriors with the lead. Back to serve will be Vanentop. Fandel, she's already signed to play D1 basketball, University of Kansas. D1 athlete. Here comes Sergeant Bluff-Luton on the left side attack. Dug up by the Saints. Fandel on the left side, kept alive by Vanentop. Warriors on the slide, and hitting it long was Kavidra. And a point inside out for Cedar Rapids Xavier. 21-15 is the score. Warriors 4 points away from taking a 2-0 lead. Izzy McDonald back to serve for the Saints. Sergeant Bluff-Luton came in with a record of 21-13 from the Missouri River Athletic Conference. They joined Sioux City Heelan as conference representatives. Heelan playing over on court 2 as we speak. And a point for the Saints, 21-16. It's a 5-point Sergeant Bluff-Luton lead. Cedar Rapids Xavier, one of 3 teams from the Mississippi Valley Conference, joining both Cedar Falls and Dubuque Wahlert in the championship field among all classifications. Ball on the second ball. Blocked back by Xavier, but making a play again was the center Ball. Bailey Ball stuck with it, second effort. delivers a point for Sergeant Bluff-Luton, 22-16. 22-16 is the score. Back to serve is the setter, Bailey Ball. Ball to the back middle, handled by Fandel. Set goes to the middle, and down it goes. Macy Lucas with the kill. 22-17. Sergeant Bluff-Luton by 5, 3 points away from the set. Serving will be Caitlin Rollinger. Rollinger, top of the tape, and that's an ace. Ace serve. Aces in today's match brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. Another ace for Cedar Rapids Xavier. That is their 5th. Sergeant Bluff-Luton has 4, a combined total of 9. A near ace there, played by Hardy. Set goes outside. Dug up in the back row by Fandel. Yonker on the left side. No. 2 hits is going to be the call on the setter for Cedar Rapids Xavier. 23-17. Yonker got the kill, but it's going to be waved off. Ball handling error against Josie Smith. Here's the serve by Meister, an ace. Ace. That's another Channel Seeds ace serve in this match. And it'll be set point when we return after this timeout. 24-17 is the score. Sergeant Bluff-Luton will serve for the second set and a 2-0 lead.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Timeout called by top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier, their final timeout. Sergeant Bluff-Luton will serve for the second set, leading 24-17. Sergeant Bluff-Luton won the first set 25-18. And serving will be Allison Meister. She just served an ace. Sergeant Bluff-Luton with a total of 5 aces. 3 by Meister. Serves it to the back row, played by Rollinger. Set goes to the middle, blocked at the net, and the Warriors take set 2. Final score, 25-17. Izzy Scott with the block. 25-17 is the win and the score in set 2. Number 8 seed, Sergeant Bluff-Luton with a 2-0 lead over top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier. More from the Extreme Arena when we return.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/wecare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
And a welcome back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, home of the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Class 4A quarterfinal match here on Court 1. Number 8 seed Sergeant Bluff-Luton, a 2-0 lead over top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier, 25-18, 25-18 in both sets. And your Sukup stat of the match right now, Sergeant Bluff-Luton with 15 blocks, and they have forced Cedar Rapids Xavier into 19 attack errors. Xavier hitting 0% in this match. 19 kills, 19 errors for a Xavier team who ranks second in Class 4A. They came into the championship hitting 28%, but credit Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Their blocking has been spectacular. Your individual leaders, Sergeant Bluff-Luton, led by Bree Vandentop with 8 kills. Izzy Skop has 6. You go over to Cedar Rapids Xavier, 5 kills each for Taylor Rexroth and Carly Junker. 19 assists for Josie Smith, 15 assists for Bailey Ball. Set number 3 coming your way here. Thank you for joining us at the Extreme Arena. It's a pleasure bringing you championship volleyball. 40 teams qualified for state, 8 in all 5 classifications. Class 5A was earlier this afternoon. Those 4 semifinalists have been determined. And we had 3 3-0 wins. One was a 4-setter. Pleasant Valley, the top seed. Number 4 seed Dowling Catholic. They'll play in the semifinals on Wednesday at 10. Number 2 seed Ankeny Centennial will play 6 seed Waukee Northwest, who recorded the only upset of the quarters in 5A. They beat Ankeny in straight sets. So Class 5A has already been decided. This is the first match in Class 4A quarterfinal action. Cedar Rapids Xavier will serve first. It'll be Carly Junker serving first. From my left to right, Sergeant Bluff-Luton in serve receive. Here comes a free ball sent over by Scott. Here's what the Saints do. They'll attack out of the middle and down it goes. That is Lupkus with the kill. Macy Lupkus. And Xavier with a 1-0 lead. Unlike the first set, Xavier led for short spurts early in set 2. Here is Scop on the left side, and she puts it away. We're tied at 1 in set 3. Hardy back to serve for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. It was a wire-to-wire win in the first set for Sergeant Bluff-Luton, getting out to a huge lead and closing it out. Last time, Xavier led early, and there is a kill by Fandel. Libby Fandel with the kill, and it's 2-1 in favor of Xavier. 2-1 is the score. Back to serve will be Carissa Timmerman. Timmerman back to serve. Timmerman, a 5'5 senior. Played by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Set goes to the middle. Kept alive by the Saints. They'll send a free ball across. Hardy, ball out of the middle to Vandentop. Kept alive by the Saints. Vandentop, another swing. Kept alive. Good get by Yonker. Here is Fandel. Dug up by Hardy. Long run for ball. Vandentop, roll shot over the block. Kept alive by the Saints. They'll attack out of the middle, and down it goes. Taylor Rexroth with the kill, and it's 3-1 in favor of Cedar Rapids Xavier. Early on, I'd say a little more sense of urgency by the Saints, and you would think that that would be the case because they are facing elimination. If they don't win this set, it's over. Right side attack, Izzy Scott puts it away. 3-2 is the score. Scott has had a big match for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. 8 kills, hitting 30% as a left side. Matches Vandentop for team high honors. Serving is McKenna Nelson. Nelson with serve. Back row attack. Yonker into the net. Point Sergeant Bluff-Luton. We're tied at 3. Tied at 3. Nelson, junior defensive specialist, serving specialist, will serve. Down the far side it goes. Fandel will get it. She'll tip it. Covered by Nelson. Ball setting up Vanentop out of the middle. Scramble mode for the Saints. They'll send it across, and down it goes. That was the middle hitter, Rexroth. Rexroth with the kill. 8 kills to lead Xavier for their middle hitter, Taylor Rexroth. Xavier back in front, 4-3. Back to serve is the setter, Smith. Sent over by the Warriors. Fandel, roll shot, found an opening. In the middle of the court, Fandel puts it down, 5-3 in favor of Xavier. 5-3 is the score. Saints by 2. Matches their largest lead of the match, mind you. Serve taken by the Warriors. Hit over by Ball. Diving save. And another kill. Rexroth again with the kill. 6-3 is the score. Head coach Renee Winkle has not had to use a timeout for the entire match. This run continues. Maybe the next point she uses one. Serve taken in the back row by Hardy. Set goes to the left side, Vanentop. Kept alive by the Saints. Outside, Fandel. Sergeant Bluff-Luton gets a hand on it. Hit over by Vanentop. Sends it to the back corner. Fandel, right, left side, out of bounds. Point, Sergeant Bluff-Luton. That probably saved a timeout, in my humble estimation. 6-4 on the side out. Serving will be Jaden Kneifel. 6-4 is the score. Keep in mind, this is a Sergeant Bluff-Luton team that upset 6th-ranked Lewis Central in 4 sets to get to the state tournament. On the attack, hitting it over is Lupkus. Warriors dig it up. Right side, and that's going to be touched by Xavier. Credit Panowitz with the kill. 6-5. Warriors within 1. Warriors with a chance to tie it here. And going over to talk to the top official is Carly Junker. Just asking for clarification. And the serve by Kneifel. Saints set it up. Blocked at the net. Warriors come away with a block. They set up Fandel outside. We're tied at 6. Double block by Vanentop and the setter Bailey Ball. Just 2 seniors on this Sergeant Bluff-Luton roster. Kneifel is one. Meister is another. Pretty young squad for the Warriors. Hardy with the dig. Set goes to Vanentop, kept alive by the Saints. They'll attack on the right side, and down it goes. Kill for Ava Van Berkom. And Xavier with a 7-6 lead. 7-6 is the score in set 3. Xavier a must-win 3rd set, down 2 sets to nothing to the number 8 seed Sergeant Bluff-Luton Warriors. Here's the serve by Fandel. Taken by Kneifel. Hit over by Vanentop. She tips it. Good get at the net by the Saints. They'll extend the points, and no, out of bounds. Point for the Warriors. We're tied at 7 in set 3. This will be Vanentop. Vanentop, the top hitter for the Warriors. She was the number 1 hitter last year as well. And she will serve, taken by Timmerman in the back row. Right side attack. Vanentop reads it, digs it up. Vanentop back row, and into the net it goes. Point and side out for Xavier. Got to give a shout out to Scott Kroll, Sergeant Bluff-Luton alum, watching from home. Thank you for your text, good sir. Cedar Rapids Xavier fans, send us an email as well. We'll give shout outs. Here's a right side attack. Hit over by Panowitz. And the Saints on the attack after the dig, and that is Junker with the kill. It is 9-7 in favor of Cedar Rapids Xavier. McDonald back to serve. Xavier back to serve with a 2-point lead in set 3, a must-win set 3. And a block at the net. That's Van Berkom with the block on the attack by Kavidra. 10-7. And the Saints back in front by 3 in a back and forth third set. The freshman Izzy McDonald back to serve with a 3-point lead. Serve handled by the Warriors. They'll send a free ball across. Saints will have it in system. Set to the middle. That is going to go long. Lucas hits it out of bounds. And a break there for the Warriors. Saints were in system. They could run anything they want. Unable to capitalize. Back to serve is the setter, Bailey Ball. Warriors will have the 3 attackers up front with the setter in the front row, or in the back row. On the outside, Van Berkom. Kept alive by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. They'll return it. Set to the middle, bumped over. Here come the Warriors on the attack. Outside and blocked at the net. Sergeant Bluff-Luton went outside to stop. Reading it well was Lucas and Van Berkom. And it's 11-8 in favor of Cedar Rapids Xavier. Serving will be Rollinger and an ace. Aces in today's match, brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. Timeout called by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. 12-8 is the score here in set 3. We'll take a break. More championship volleyball when we return.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
And welcome back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa. We are in a Class 4A quarterfinal match. Top seeds, Cedar Rapids Xavier trailing number 8 seed Sergeant Bluff-Luton 2-0, but Xavier with a 12-8 lead in set 3, forcing Sergeant Bluff-Luton into a timeout. Head coach Renee Winkle using her first timeout of this entire match. Her team has been in control up until this point. Right side attack. And right now it's a point for the Warriors. Panowitz with the kill. Some question on whether that hit the antenna or not. But Panowitz will get credit for the kill. 5 kills for Panowitz. Sergeant Bluff-Luton with a side out after their own timeout. And it'll be Meister serving. Taken by Cedar Rapids Xavier. Meister with the dig. Sergeant Bluff-Luton, right side attack. Down it goes. Putting it away was Kneifel. Kneifel with the kill, and it's a 2-point Xavier lead, 12-10. Meister serving. Trying to bring her team back in this third set. Timmerman with the first contact. Roll shot by Yonker at the net. Down it goes. Overpass and Lucas for Cedar Rapids Xavier there to put it down. 13-10 is the score. Carly Yonker back to serve. That'll move Libby Fandel to the front row. And left side pin. Warriors in serve receive. Hitting it over is Scott. Back row attack to Yonker. Good get by Hardy. Nice pass. Scott on the left side. Puts it off the block. Izzy Scott with 9 kills to lead all players. And a side out for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. 13-11 is the score. Serving will be Caitlin Hardy. Caitlin Hardy back to serve. And that serve goes wide. Missed serve by the Warriors. 14-11 in favor of Cedar Rapids Xavier. Cassie Timmerman to serve for the Saints. Xavier with 2 timeouts. Sergeant Bluff-Luton has 1 remaining. Serve taken by Scott. Set to the middle, and the timing was off. Attack error by Sergeant Bluff-Luton, 15-11. Matches the largest lead of the match for the top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier Saints. Timmerman back to serve. Timmerman serving. Good pass by Hardy. Set goes outside. Van Berkham. Hang to the back corner. Tracked down by the Saints. Hit over. Kept alive by Scott. Sent over by Ball. Here come the Saints. Out of the middle. Good get by Hardy. Scott. Left side attack. Puts it away. Izzy Scott with 10 kills. First player in double figures, Izzy Scott with her 10th kill. 15-12 is the score. Sergeant Bluff-Luton will serve. This will be McKenna Nelson. Tracked down by Timmerman. Roll shot by Fandel. Warriors dig it up. Here's Vandentop, and she misses. Vandentop had a big first set. 8 kills total for her. I think 6 came in that first set. Since then, Scott has really carried along with Panowitz. 16-12. Xavier with the lead. Good pass by Hardy out of the back row. Hit over by Vandentop. Overpass. Trying to push it down was Grable. And the attack goes out of bounds by the Saints. Sergeant Bluff-Luton with the point. 16-13 in favor of Xavier. Teams have traded points over the last while. Neither team able to score on serve right now. And the serve by Kneifel goes long. And a side out back to Xavier. Fendel back to serve for the Saints. Yonker will move to the left side. Pin in the front row. And a tough serve and ace. Today's match brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. For Xavier, that is their 7th ace and extends their lead to 18-13. Xavier by 5. And that is a missed serve. Probably saved Sergeant Bluff-Luton into taking their final timeout. Back to serve will be Vandentop for the Warriors. Vandentop back to serve. Warriors, it's been a while since they scored a point on serve, and they're going to have to wait longer. A missed serve by Vandentop, 19-14 in favor of Cedar Rapids Xavier. Serving will be the freshman McDonald. Top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier leading set 3, a must-win third set, mind you, 19-14. McDonald's to serve. Taken in the back row by McKenna Nelson. Here's the slide, and down it goes. That was Kavidra with the kill, 19-15. Successful slide by Kavidra. And the setter, Bailey Ball, back to serve. Still not too late for Sergeant Bluff-Luton, but they got to start scoring points on serve. Ball serving, top of the tape, played well by Timmerman. Set goes to the right-hand side, down it goes. Ava Van Berkham with the kill for the Saints. Van Berkham with her 4th kill, 20-15. Still a 5-point lead for Cedar Rapids Xavier. Rollinger back to serve. Good pass by Hardy. Back set, right side attack. Saints dig it up. They'll go out of the middle, and down it goes, I believe. Lupkus with the kill. Macy Lupkus with 6 kills. And a timeout called by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Renee Winkle will call her final timeout. 21-15 in favor of Xavier. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more championship volleyball when we return.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
And welcome back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, host site of the Iowa High School Girls Athletic State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. We are on court number 1 in this Class 4A quarterfinal. Number 8 seed Sergeant Bluff-Luton, a 2-0 lead over top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier, but Xavier with a 21-15 starting to pull away in set 3. Sergeant Bluff-Luton calling their final timeout under head coach Renee Winkle. Set goes to the left side, and putting it away is Izzy Skop. Izzy Skop with the kill, 21-16. Over on court 2, number 2 seed Heelan leading number 7 seed Carlisle 2-0. And Heelan leading the third set early, 4-2. That is another Class 4A quarterfinal. Middle attack, down it goes. Lupkus puts it away. Macy Lupkus has had some big points for the Saints. Lupkus up to 6 kills. Her counterpart in the middle, Rexroth, with 8. Their middles have played really well. Here's Yonker with serve. Set off the net, putting it away is Scott. Izzy Scott with another kill, 22-17. Scott with a match-high 12 kills right now. And serving will be Hardy. Set goes to the outside. Big swing by Fandel, and she puts it away. 23-17. Great job by Cedar Rapids Xavier. They have not let Sergeant Bluff-Luton score on serve. That is probably, 10 straight side outs for Sergeant Bluff-Luton with on the outside. That is Vandentop, overpass, and it's put down by the Warriors. Initially set up by Vandentop's strong attack. Jaden Kneifel finishes off that point. 23-18 in set 3. Nelson back to serve. Nelson, an ace for Nelson. That's another Channel Seeds ace serve in this match. Nelson, her second ace, 23-19 is the score. Xavier has 2 timeouts remaining if Coach Whelan needs them. And the set outside. Hit over by Fandel, and it's good. Fandel with the kill. Set point coming up for Cedar Rapids Xavier, leading 24-19. Serving will be the setter, Josie Smith. Smith back to serve. And Smith to the near side. On the outside, that's a swing. Putting it down is Vandentop. Bree Vandentop with the left side kill. 24-20 in favor of Xavier. Set point number 2 for the top-seeded Saints. Kneifel to serve. And the serve coming from the Warriors. Taken in the back row by Yonker. Yonker out of the back row attack. That's going to go long. Point for Sergeant Bluff-Luton, 24-21. Set point number 3 for the Saints. Sergeant Bluff-Luton, if they score here, you wonder if there will be a timeout happening. Here's the serve by Kneifel. Middle attack, pushed over by Rexroth, and down it goes. And that's going to do it for the third set. Xavier extends their season with a 25-21 must-win third set win, 25-21. Sergeant Bluff-Luton still leads the match 2-1. We'll talk about it after we take a break. More Championship Volleyball when we return.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
If you grill it, he will come.
Hey.
Is this heaven?
Nope. It's fairway.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
And welcome back to the Extreme Arena. It is quarterfinal day at the 2024 Iowa High School State Volleyball Championship, Class 4A quarterfinal going on as we speak. Top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier just got a 25-21 win over number 8 seed Sergeant Bluff-Luton in that third set to extend the match and extend the season for Cedar Rapids Xavier. You look at the stats, the Sioux Cup stats. Thing that sticks out in my mind in that third set, for the first time, Cedar Rapids Xavier with a higher kill efficiency than Sergeant Bluff-Luton in that third set. 26% in that set, 22% for Sergeant Bluff-Luton, still very high for the Warriors as well. For the match, Sergeant Bluff-Luton hitting 18%, Xavier up to 9%. Blocking, 10 blocks for Cedar Rapids Xavier, and for Sergeant Bluff-Luton, 17. Individual leaders, Izzy Skopp leading the Warriors with 12 kills, 9 for Vandentop. For Xavier, 9 kills for Rex Roth, and 7 for Yonker, 8 for Libby Fandel. Set number 4 will get started here momentarily. Class 5A's quarterfinals were earlier today. Those semifinals are set for Wednesday. Over on court 2, number 2 seed Bishop Heelan leading Carlisle 2-0. 10-9 in set 3, Heelan with the lead. Pleasant Valley, the number 1 seed in Class 5A, a straight set win over Waukee. Pleasant Valley, the number 1 seed in 5A, and a famous alum is Rachel Tebby, of course, a state champion in track, state champion in softball, and I know that Rachel and her fiance Andrew are listening, so a shout out to you. Set number 4 will get underway here. Sergeant Bluff-Luton will serve first. If this goes to 5, set 5 would go to 15, win by 2, but we got a long way to go before we get there. And here we go, Sergeant Bluff-Luton to serve first in set 4. Leading the match 2-1, and out of the gate it is Xavier with the point, 1-0 on a kill by Lupkus. Macy Lupkus with the kill. And back to serve will be Carly Yunker. Yunker back to serve. Taken in the back row by Kneifel. Set goes off the net, hit over by the Warriors. Set outside, Fandel puts it away. 2-0 in favor of Xavier here. Xavier starting to show why they're the number 1 seed, playing much more crisp, more up-tempo, and the Warriors struggle in serve receive, send a free ball across. Saints will have it. There's a block in the middle by Kavidra by the Warriors. Back outside, though, it is Fandel who puts it away. And the Kansas basketball recruit, Libby Fandel, in double figures with 10 kills. First Xavier player in double figures, and it's 3-0. A 3-0 start to this fourth set for the Saints. Kneifel steps in front, takes the ball on the serve receive. Right side attack. And that right side goes out of bounds. Sergeant Bluff-Luton wanting a touch. They're not going to get it. And it's 4-0 in favor of Xavier. Served by Yonker. Good pass by Kneifel. Outside it goes, down it goes. Nice swing by Izzy Skop. And the Warriors sure needed that point to avoid taking an early timeout. 4-1 is the score in favor of Xavier. Back to serve will be Caitlin Hardy. And she will serve it long. She gives the serve right back to the Saints. And serving will be Carissa Timmerman. Carissa Timmerman back to serve. Saints with a 5-1 lead, still facing a must-win situation here in the fourth. Out of the middle, poked down by Graybill, dug up by the Saints. They'll attack with Fandel. Dug up Sergeant Bluff-Luton. There's Skop on the left side. Good dig in the back row by the Saints to keep it alive. Options, ball has options. She'll set it up to Vandentop. Dug up by the Saints. Fandel on the left side, brought to the front row. Skop, got it. Izzy Skop, left side attack. 13, now 14 kills for Skop. And a side out for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. It's 5-2. Back to serve will be McKenna Nelson. Nelson in to serve for the Warriors. And the attack on the left side by Fandel, just out of bounds. Got a little too much of it. And a point on serve for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Nelson back to serve, leading 5-3. Serve taken in the back row by Xavier. There's an attack, and that just got the line. As close as the previous point was, that one was just as close. This one is in, and Fandel will get credit for the kill. 6-3 is the score. Fandel gets credit for the kill. She's got 11 for the match. Serving will be the setter, Josie Smith. Underneath it is Ball. Ball to the right side and tooling it off the block. Good play by Delaney Graybill. Graybill with the kill, 6-4 in favor of Cedar Rapids Xavier. Sergeant Bluff-Luton leading the match 2-1. 6-4 is the score. And the serve by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Kneifel. Here's Graybill. Blocked by Vandentop. Graybill will reload, and that should be 4 hits, and it is. The initial block was there by Vandentop and Ball, and in trying to send it back over, Fandel couldn't get it. 6-5, point for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Kneifel back to serve. Fandel in serve receive. Quick attack out of the middle. Blocked by Vandentop. Warriors get control. Vandentop on the slide, sends it across. Fandel brings it up. Fandel on the cross court. Dug up by Hardy. Middle attack. Down it goes. Vandentop with the kill. We're tied at 6 in set 4. Vandentop had a huge first set. Cooled off some. Not her own doing, but I'm sure the Xavier defense focused on her, but she's got 2 kills already early in this set. There's a double contact called on the Saints. And for the first time in set 4, Sergeant Bluff-Luton has the lead. 7-6 is the score here in set 4. Kneifel back to serve. Good serve. Taking the back row by Yonker. Right side attack, and she puts it away. Yonker ties the score at 7 with that kill. Back to serve is Fandel. Fandel back to serve. Last kill was by Fandel, not Yonker, the other outside hitter. Vandentop on the attack, and a carry on the second effort called against Rexroth. Sergeant Bluff-Luton back in front, 8-7. Over on court 2, Sioux City Heelan, the second seed in Class 4A, on the verge of a sweep against Carlisle. A missed serve by the Warriors. We're tied at 8. Sioux City Heelan, part of the Missouri River Athletic Conference, same conference that Sergeant Bluff-Luton plays in. We're tied at 8 in set 4. Back to serve is McDonald. McDonald to break the tie at 8. Cross court. Handled nicely by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Sent over by Ball. Dug up by the Saints. There's Ball again, and it hits it wide on the second contact. And Xavier back in front, 9-8 in set 4. Back to serve will be McDonald. McDonald back to serve. Her team in front, 9-8. A must-win fourth set for the top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier Saints. Here's the slide. Kavidra chased down by the Saints. Great hustle. They'll send it across. Pass by Hardy. Ball sends it over on the second contact. Save made by the Saints. What a point. Here's the right side to Kavidra. Dug up by the Saints. They'll attack. And that's outside the antenna. Point Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Had some great gets by Cedar Rapids Xavier, creating the long rally. We're tied at 9 in set 4. And the setter, Bailey Ball, back to serve. Ball back to serve to break the tie. That's Yonker in serve receive. On the outside, Van Berkem, dug up by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Set goes to the right side. Van Berkem keeps it alive. Back row attack by Fandel. Warriors will send it over to the back. Fandel keeps it going. Yonker, left side attack. Down it goes. Fandel with the kill. 12 for Fandel, and it's 10-9 in favor of Cedar Rapids Xavier. Rollinger in to serve. Rollinger serving. Dug up by Hardy. Set goes to the middle, and it's blocked. Blocked by Lupkus. Lupkus with the solo block. 11-9. Xavier back in front by 2. Neither team has burned a timeout yet. Rollinger will have serve. 11-9 is the score. And the serve by Rollinger into the net. Side out for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. And into serve will be Allison Meister. Meister, 3 aces on the day. Sergeant Bluff-Luton with 6 total. Serve taken. And on the left side, Yonker is blocked. Kavidra joined up at the net by Kneifel, and we're tied at 11. Tied at 11, set 4. Sergeant Bluff-Luton leading the match 2-1. Here's the serve by Meister. Middle attack sent back by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Outside Yonker. Good dig by the Warriors. Nope, couldn't get underneath it. And give credit to the kill to Yonker. And Xavier back in front, 12-11. 12-11 is the score. Serving is Yonker. Sergeant Bluff-Luton in system. That's Scott. Dug up by the Saints. They'll attack left side. Down it goes. Fandel with the kill. 13-11. And the Saints back in front by 2. Set number 4, Class 4A quarterfinal. The winner will advance to the 4A semis on Wednesday. Right side attack. Hit over by Kavidra. In system, and down it goes. That's Macy Lupkus with the kill for Xavier. 14-11, and a timeout called by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Coach Renee Winkle wants to talk it over. Her first time out of set 4. More from the Extreme Arena when we return.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
A 3-0 run by top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier. And the Saints take a 14-11 lead. Saints a must-win situation in set 4. But they are up on Sergeant Bluff-Luton in the 1-8 matchup in Class 4A quarterfinals. Sergeant Bluff-Luton, Coach Renee Winkle using her first timeout, has one remaining. I don't believe Xavier has used a timeout here in set number 4. Serving will be Yonker. Taken in the back row by Hardy. Right side attack and finding room on the attack. Looked like Kneifel to me. Kneifel with the kill. And it's 14-12 in favor. They're going to give it to Kvidra. Apologies to you, Kvidra. Madison Kvidra with the kill. Sent over by the Saints and a successful attack. Point for Cedar Rapids Xavier. 15-12 is the score. 15-12. Top-seeded Saints with the point. That was Fandel with the point. Serving will be Timmerman. Taken by Hardy. Left side attack. Hit over by Vandentop. Saints dig it up. They'll send a free ball over with Fandel. Quick attack out of the middle. Vandentop misses it wide. Point for Xavier. 16-12. Sioux City Heelan, the number 2 seed in Class 4A, a straight set win over Carlisle. They have advanced to the state semifinals on Wednesday here in 4A. Serve received by the Warriors. Hitting it over is Vandentop. Saints dig it up. Fandel on the left side. Diving save and a beauty by the center ball. Here's a right side attack. Hit over by Scott. Down it goes. Scott with the kill. 16-13. Sergeant Bluff-Luton down by 3. They're a mini run away, though, of making this set really interesting. Only down 3. Definitely within contact here. And serving is McKenna Nelson. Nelson back to serve. Back row attack, Yonker. Dug up by Hardy. Set close to the net. Hit over by Ball. Joust at the net. Sergeant Bluff-Luton hits it over. Trying to return it is Josie Smith, and it's off of the Saints. And a point for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. 16-14 is the score. Warriors trailing by 2, but they have control of serve. Free ball coming across. Warriors have it. To the slide to Vandentop, and double contact called on the set by Bailey Ball. That play was out of sorts, and it's 17-14 in favor of Xavier. Back to serve is the setter, Josie Smith. Through the hands of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. They'll send a free ball across. Here comes Xavier in system. That's Van Burkham on the right side, out of bounds. Point, Sergeant Bluff-Luton. 17-15 is the score. Kneifel back to serve. 17-15 is the score. Kneifel with the serve. Try to bring the Warriors closer. Serve receive, Yonker. Set goes outside to Fandel. Down it goes. 18-15. Fandel with another kill. 14 for Fandel. One shy of a match high for Scott of Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Fandel back to serve. Yonker to the front row. And Fandel serving. Dug up by Hardy. And the attack goes down for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. 18-16. Vandentop with another kill. Vandentop with 11. Second player for the Warriors in double figures. Vandentop to serve. Floats one over. Taken by Yonker. Back set. Hit over by Van Burkham. Warriors return it. They'll send it short. Set goes outside. Yonker, roll shot. Read well by the Warriors. Ball sends it across. Second ball. Yonker again. Big swing. Got it. Yonker with the kill. 19-16 in favor of Cedar Rapids Xavier. Back to serve will be McDonald. 19-16. Xavier by 3. Sergeant Bluff-Luton leads the match 2-1 though. Serve to the back corner. Played by McKenna Nelson. Hit over by Panowitz. Left side attack, right side attack. That's outside the antenna. And Sergeant Bluff-Luton gets a break on the attack error by Van Berkom. Ball back to serve. Bailey Ball back to serve for the Warriors. The teams have traded points over the last while. Neither team has been able to score on serve in a while. Shoved over by Lupkus. Right side attack by the Warriors. Played by the Saints. They'll set it up to Van Berkom. And that's going to be 4 hits. 19-18. This is as close as Sergeant Bluff-Luton has been in a while, and we're going to have a timeout called by Xavier. Each team has 1 timeout remaining. We're going to take a break. Keep it here? All right, we'll keep it here. Why not, right? Yeah, we'll talk about it. Class 4A quarterfinal. Sergeant Bluff-Luton leading the match 2-1. They've been trailing most of this 4th set. They're within 1, though, forcing the top-seeded Xavier Saints into a timeout. The winner will advance to the Class 4A semifinals, where they'll play either Clear Creek Amanda, the number 4 seed, or 5 seed Pella. That match will be Wednesday at noon, right back here on Court 1. Sioux City Heelan took care of business over on Court 2, a sweep over Carlisle. And the 2nd seed Crusaders advance to the semifinal in Class 4A. They'll play either North Scott or Glenwood. That is a 6:25 start in the 3-6 matchup. Timeout is over. Sergeant Bluff-Luton will serve and try to tie this set at 19. It'll be the setter, Bailey Ball, the sophomore, 5'6" sophomore. 30 assists so far today for Ball. And on the attack, down it goes. Xavier ran a set play. They got that first contact, and you opens up just so many things when you get the contact. Macy Lupkus with the kill. And it's 20-18 in favor of Xavier. Serving will be Caitlin Rollinger. Rollinger, good pass by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. They'll attack it on the left side, out of bounds by Izzy Scott. 21-18 is the score. Consecutive points scored by Xavier. Rollinger back to serve. Taking a look at head coach Renee Winkle. Does have a timeout if she needs it. Serve taken by Kneifel in the back row. Right side attack, cross court, played by the Saints. They'll attack out of the middle. Little ping pong at the net. Kept alive. Scott blocked. Another point for the Saints. 22-18 is the score. My eye is on Coach Winkle, and she's going to let this play out some more. Rollinger back to serve. Rollinger to the back line. Kneifel with the good pass. Hit over by the Warriors. Saints dig it up. They'll send it over. Bump set to the right side. Out of system ball. Dug up by Fandel in the back row. Quick attack. Good arm swing, and Lucas puts it away. 23-18, and a timeout called by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. And we will take a break. Final timeout called by the Warriors. 23-18. More championship volleyball when we return.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Head coach Renee Winkle calls her final timeout in set 4. Sergeant Bluff-Luton trailing set 4, 23-18 against top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier. The good news for Sergeant Bluff-Luton fans, they still lead the match 2-1. Sure would like to win it in 4, but they will go 5 if they need to. Serving will be Caitlin Rollinger. Consecutive points scored by the Saints. Kneifel with a good pass. That goes outside. Hit over by Scott, covered by Timmerman. Set goes outside. Yonker off the block and down. Set point coming up for the top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier Saints. 24-18 is the score. And back to serve will be Rollinger to force a fifth set. Ball to the right side and blocked at the net. We're going to a fifth set. A block by Macy Lucas, 25-18 in set 4. And for the first time at the championship, we're going to a fifth set. We'll have it for you after this short timeout. You're watching Championship Volleyball.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
When pain or injury keeps you sidelined, get the help you need from your trusted orthopedic experts at DeMoss Orthopedic Centers and Engineered Performance to get you back in the game. Walk into one of our urgent injury clinics, here when you need us, since 1955.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/wecare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
And welcome back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, home of the Girls State Volleyball Tournament, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. And for the first time of the 2024 championship, we're heading to a 5-set match, and it is in this Class 4A quarterfinal featuring top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier and number 8 seed Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Sergeant Bluff-Luton won the first 2 sets comfortably, 25-18, 25-18. In the last 2 sets, it has been Cedar Rapids Xavier facing elimination, a 25-21 win in 3. 25-18 in set 4. Set number 5 set up a little bit different. They will play to 15, win by 2. Each team allotted 2 timeouts still. And first team to 8, the teams will the matches stopped momentarily just to regroup. And they used to switch sides of the floor. Don't think they do that anymore. But that is the format for set number 5. We'll give you the leaders here with the Sioux Cup stats here in a moment. And there was a coin flip, I believe, to start the 5th set. And serving first will be Xavier. And the set goes outside to Scott, dug up by Cedar Rapids Xavier. And that's Fandel, and it goes out of bounds. Sergeant Bluff-Luton with the first point of set 5. Sergeant Bluff-Luton hitting 14%, Xavier at 11%. Here's the serve by the libero Hardy. Attack out of the middle, and down it goes. Macy Lupkas ties the score at 1. Lupkas now with 11 kills, one of 3 players for Xavier in double figures, led by Fandel with 15, 11 for Yonker, 11 for Lupkas, 9 for Rexroth, and an ace serve. An ace serve by Xavier. And the ace serve. Today's match brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. 2-1, Xavier with the lead. And on the left side, hit over is Vandentop. Keeping alive are the Saints. Dug up by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Roll shot. Hit over by Kneifel. Outside, Fandel. Sergeant Bluff-Luton digs it up. Middle, Vandentop. Kept alive by the Saints. Back to Fandel, left side, inbounds. Libby Fandel with another kill. 3-1, Saints with the lead. Play to 15, win by 2. It's imperative you get out to a fast start. Don't let it get away from you in a match that is played to 15. Ball dumps it across on the second contact. Sent over but out of bounds. And Sergeant Bluff-Luton earns the side out. Sergeant Bluff-Luton led by Skop with 15 kills. Vandentop with 11. Nobody else with more than 5. Panowitz is 5. 30 assists for Ball. 48 assists for Smith. Those are some of your leaders today. Here's the serve from Nelson. And double contact called against the Saints. We're tied at 3 in set 5. Can't forget about our back row players. Hardy with 23 digs for Sergeant Bluff-Luton, 21 digs for Fandel, 15 for Timmerman. Vandal gets it on the outside. Good read by Hardy to dig it up. Set goes outside, and into the net it goes by Kneifel. And a side out and point for Xavier. They lead at 4-3. And the setter, Josie Smith, back to serve. Substitutions today's game brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. Set outside goes to Vandentop. Kept alive by the Saints. Outside, Fandel, another swing, inbounds. Fandel with her 16th kill, 5-3 in favor of Xavier. Fandel with the kill. She has swung 61 times in this one and has been clutch down the stretch. Ball set to the right side. Tapped over by Kneifel. Fandel, another attempt. That one's into the net. Sergeant Bluff-Luton gets the side out. 5-4. Warriors trailing by 1, but they will have serve and a chance to tie it here. It will be Kneifel back to serve with a chance to tie it. 5-4. Xavier with the lead. Serve taken by Fandel. She'll get it back on the left side. Good pass by Hardy. Set to the middle. Hit over by Vandentop. Xavier digs it up. Fandel again on the attack. Kept alive Hardy. Left side attack. Big angle shot goes into the net. Tough ball for Panowitz to handle. Side out point for Xavier. 6-4 is the score. Libby Fandel back to serve. Fandel with 3 aces this afternoon or early evening. A near ace there. Free ball sent over by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Xavier setting it up to the middle, and Rexroth blocked. And a side out point for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Makes the score 6-5. Sergeant Bluff-Luton with another chance to tie it. Panowitz and Vandentop combining for the block. Here's Vandentop serving. And there is an ace. That's another Channel Seeds ace serve in this one. These teams have combined for 15 aces in the match. We're tied at 6. Vandentop to give her team the lead here in set 5. Vandentop serve. Taken by Yonker, and a player in the net against Xavier, and Sergeant Bluff-Luton with the lead at 7-6. And a timeout called by the Saints. We are going to take a break in the action when we return with more championship volleyball in a minute.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Welcome back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa. Site of the Iowa Girls High School State Volleyball Championship. It is a quarterfinal day, Class 5A and 4A, and we got an outstanding one here. Sergeant Bluff-Luton and Xavier locked in a fifth set. Sergeant Bluff-Luton, the 8th seed with a 7-6 lead. They've scored the last 2 points, forcing a timeout by number 1 seed Xavier. Xavier, they're going to set up Yonker. Diving get by Vandentop out of the back row. Set to the left side. Panowitz kept alive by the Saints. Back to Yonker on the left side, and she gets that one, but it's outside the antenna, and the Warriors get the point. Warriors get the point. The attack outside the antenna, 8-6. Now in college volleyball, which I've called a lot of, the teams would trade sides of the floor here, and there's a break in the action. High school, they're not going to do that. Here's a right side attack, hit over by Van Berkom. Returned back by Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Set up to the middle, and down it goes. Rexroth with the kill. Sergeant Bluff-Luton leads it 8-7. A side out for Cedar Rapids Xavier. Still got to win by 2. You play to 15. And the freshman, Izzy McDonald, back to serve. 8-7. Sergeant Bluff-Luton won the first 2 sets. Xavier facing elimination, 1 sets 3 and 4. Battling here in set 5. Serve taken in the back row by Kneifel. Hit over by the Warriors. Dug up by the Saints, out of system. Yonker, tough ball to handle. She'll push it over. Kept alive. Ball setting up left side. Hitting it deep. Dug up by Fandel. Out of the middle, and down it goes. Hit over by Macy Lucas, and we're tied at 8. Tied at 8 in set 5. Court number 2. That match started 20 minutes later. They've been long done. Sioux City Heelan a straight set win in their semifinal. Here's the serve by McDonald. Ball dumps it over. Inbounds! What a play! Gutsy play by the sophomore setter, Bailey Ball. And Sergeant Bluff-Luton back in front, 9-8. That took guts, folks. But Ball saw an opening, hit the sideline, definitely in bounds. Now Ball will go back to serve. Sergeant Bluff-Luton will gain the 3rd attacker with Ball, the setter, in the front row. Outside, Yonker. And she tools it off the block. What's the call? They're going to say it was outside the antenna, off of the attack, not off the block. So that is a Sergeant Bluff-Luton point. 10-8, Warriors with the 2-point lead. And there's going to be a conversation here as Xavier head coach Amy Wieland will send her captain over. Conversation, Carly Yonker talking to the top official, but the call will be upheld. 10-8, Sergeant Bluff-Luton by 2. Ball back to serve. Ball, serve taken by Fandel. Then Berkom on the right side. Kept alive. Ball throws it up to the left side. Block at the net. Lucas along with Van Berkom with the double block. Side out and point for Xavier. 10-9 is the score. 10-9 is the score. Back to serve is Rollinger, and she serves it into the net. Sergeant Bluff-Luton up by 2, 11-9. Ever so close. 4 points away from the match and an upset over top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier. Sergeant Bluff-Luton 2 timeouts. Xavier has 1. Serve by Meister. Kept alive. And Sergeant Bluff-Luton will send it across. Hit over by the center. Nice play by Josie Smith. Josie Smith with the kill. Both teams out of system. Smith finishes it off. Yonker back to serve. Xavier with a chance to tie it at 11. Fandel moves to the front row, mind you. Here's the pass by Hardy. Set goes outside. Scott over the block. Fandel's going to get it on the left side. Dug up by Hardy. Hit over by Scott. Here come the Saints. They'll go to the middle. Good get by Hardy. Right side attack coming. Kneifel tips it across. Out of system. Fandel on the left side pin. Hardy. Ball outside. Scott got it. Izzy Scott with the kill. 12-10. Timeout called by Xavier. Their second and final timeout. We'll take a break, come back with more championship volleyball when we return.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Well, this has been a great match here at the 2024 Girls State Volleyball Tournament. Here on court number 1, we're in the 5th set between number 8 seed Sergeant Bluff-Luton and top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier. It is Sergeant Bluff-Luton with a 12-10 lead, forcing Xavier into their final timeout. The Warriors have both timeouts remaining here in set number 5. Sergeant Bluff-Luton 3 points away from the match and advancing to the state semifinal and getting what would be a big upset on paper. Sergeant Bluff-Luton on serve, they get it back. Bump set by Hardy, right side attack, handled by Smith. Hit over from the back row by Yonker. Warriors will have it. Left side Scop, into the net it goes. Point side out for Xavier. 12-11 is our score. Back to serve will be Carissa Timmerman. Timmerman back to serve for the Saints. Try to tie this set at 12. Timmerman serving. Underneath it is Ball, outside. Hit over is Vandentop, and she puts it away. 13-11, Warriors by 2. Vandentop, her 11th kill, second only to Izzy Scott on her team. And serving will be McKenna Nelson. Nelson back to serve. Back middle, handled by Yonker. Attack at the net by Fandel. Sent back by the Warriors. Joust at the net. Poked down by Rexroth. Rexroth puts it away. 13-12. Side out point for Xavier. And a chance to tie it for the setter, Josie Smith. Smith, back corner serve. Played well by Hardy. Ball set to the left side. Down it goes. Bree Vandentop with the kill. Match point for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Up 14-12. They're going to have a couple in a row here. Back to serve is Vandentop. Back to serve. Set goes to the middle. Great cover by Hardy. Set goes to the middle. Vandentop. That was Kneifel serving. Vandentop sends it over. Free ball. Ball. Vandentop. Ball on the right side, the setter. And it's blocked at the net by Fandel. Fandel with the block. And Xavier extends their season by another point. Fandel back to serve. Match point number 2 for Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Fandel serving. Good pass by Hardy. Right side attack. Vanentop for the win. Got it! Sergeant Bluff-Luton with the big upset. An 8-1 upset here in the quarterfinal. Vanentop finishes it off 15-13. The Warriors get the win. Sergeant Bluff-Luton advances to the semifinals, 22-13 record. They win sets 1, 2, and 5. Your scores 25-18, 25-18, 21-25, 18-25, and 15-13. Xavier, their season comes to an end at 28-5. Let's send it down to the PA announcer for the awards presentation, and after that we'll conclude, tell you some numbers.
In addition to receiving their team trophy, each participating player will receive a medal and commemorative volleyball provided by Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Assistant Director Madison Melchert and Executive Director Aaron Gerlich. Congratulations to head coach Amy Weiland and the Saints from Xavier on an outstanding 2024 volleyball season. And now, Jaden Kneifel, advance your team on the 4A bracket to the semifinal round. Congratulations, Sergeant Bluff-Luton. Your team advances to the 4A semifinals and will play right here on Court 1 on Wednesday at noon.
And welcome back to the Extreme Arena. You just witnessed the post-match festivities. Sergeant Bluff-Luton, the number 8 seed, takes down top seed Cedar Rapids Xavier in a thrilling 5-set match. Your leaders tonight for Sergeant Bluff-Luton, led by Izzy Scott, 16 kills. Bree Vanentop with 13 kills, none bigger than on match point. 34 assists for Bailey Ball in the back row. Caitlin Hardy, a heck of a match, 29 digs for Xavier. They were led by Libby Fendel with 17 kills, one of 4 players in double figures, 52 assists for Josie Smith. But the Saints season comes to an end for the second straight year in the quarterfinal round at 28-5. Sergeant Bluff-Luton advances to the state semifinals. They will play Wednesday at noon against either Clear Creek Amana or Pella. And that is going to conclude things here. And got to turn to my notes. That is on behalf of the crew here in Coralville. I am the Matt Boss. Thank you for watching our live coverage of the 2024 Girls State Volleyball Tournament, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.